Hey, everybody there. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be sort of a special episode. If you've seen these before, if you've been on my channel for a while, Pete and I call baseball games Super Mega 2, then 3, now 4. And what I've done is it's been my custom to, when we switch teams, like we were started off first, we were in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for the Freebooters. And then when we signed with the Overdogs, I drove in the crew out from northern Miami over to LA. And then when we moved from there to the B Wolves, I drove from LA up to Salt Lake and then back down to Phoenix here. And you can check those out. So to connect the dots here again, now we're moving to a new team. We're going to be in Dallas. So I'm going to drive out from Phoenix here to Dallas. You can see my route there. Going to go through El Paso, Odessa, Abilene. Eventually, for the trucking game, I'm going to buy a garage in Abilene, and I think I'm going to base myself in Fort Worth. I don't think there's a garage there, but anyway, so our new team's in Dallas. It's the Texas Wranglers, but I'm going to virtually have a house in Fort Worth. That's how I'm playing this. But anyway, so follow me on the road trip here. It's going to be a 1,000-mile journey, and it's going to take a long time. So we'll see how we can do this. Knowing that, check out the new car, babies. I got me a Fiat Abarth, whatever it's called, two-seater. So the premise is here, the family's on their way out with the truck, and I bought myself a new sports car. That's going to be getting me to the stadium and back. So this is it. This is the Fiat Abarth, and this cost me $55,000, I believe. And this is my walking around cash. 200 grand left in the bank. So let's drive. Here I am.
Let's do this.
Near where the old I guess this would be like Scottsdale, right? I would have had a house back out in here for 4 years calling games for the B-Wolves. And I'm going to see my last cotton candy sunset here in Phoenix, Arizona. It looks like we got some storm on the horizon. Hopefully it doesn't rain because I got a I got a convertible. But yeah, I am going to miss Phoenix, people. I really am going to miss Phoenix. It was great being with the B-Wolves for 4 years, but as they say, the show goes on, and wait, I got my lights on, right? Where are my lights? There we go. Okay. Oh, I did. Yeah, so I want to go this way. That's right. Okay. So goodbye, old neighborhood. It's good living here. Whoop. Hold on, turn off the turn signal is loud. I'm telling you right now. And I got cars behind me now. Like, what are you doing, dude? I don't know if this. So that's kilometers per hour down there. That's a bit much. So kilometers per hour. I don't know what that translates from. Oh my gosh. But it's gonna take some getting used to driving a car instead of a truck. But here you get to see American Truck Simulator in a car.
Turn left.
We're not doing anything out here. Coming back through
Turn left.
Scottsdale area. Hope the weather keeps well. Yeah, that is a loud turn signal for this thing here. Sorry about the head tilting around and stuff. If you're new to the channel, I had a couple people new to the channel
Turn left.
who might be watching, so they're not used to the head moving. I have a head tracker. It's called Track IR, and it follows your head in a virtual space and lets you look around. You just got to be careful not to do it too much. I'm tempted to do it just all the time because I want to see what I'm looking at, where I'm going, but I realize that if you're watching, it's a bit disorienting. So I just went a loop, essentially. But yeah, my garage back over there in Glendale on the northwest side, I'm going to be keeping the garage. I mean, I still have a hub here in Phoenix. Always have a home in Phoenix if we ever want to come back. But would have had a house right back out this way, off Thomas Road. And heading out here toward the, what is it? Junction 51? So we're gonna hop on the highway, head south on 51.
Turn right.
I guess toward, yeah, that is a loud turn signal for a little sports car. Oh, the moon's coming up here. Nice looking night, although it looks like we're driving toward the clouds. Good thing about this car is it's got some pickup, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna miss all the sights and the sounds. There's the. Okay, we're getting off here. 10 east on the 10. There's the city, Phoenix, Arizona. Thanks for having us, B-Wolves. We won a championship here the season before last.
Go straight.
Oh, I could really come down there a little bit. Buckeye Road, Sky Harbor, 1 mile. I'm gonna miss the city. I don't know. Are we making a mistake, Pete? Should we have stayed with the B-Wolves? I'm joking. So I'm getting back on the 10? Doesn't really make sense. Should I take a... Nah, I won't take a picture. I got traffic behind me. Alright, we're not going to the airport. For some reason, we just decided to get off there and get back on. I must be going slow because that car came right up on me pretty quick. Yeah, looks like we're heading. So I can go out on my GPS there a little bit. Oh, the city, man. We'll miss you, Phoenix. We'll be back. Actually, Pete, if Pete, you're watching, Pete again, my brother-in-law, we're the guys who are calling the games, the Ramblers, Texas Ramblers. Pete, I sent you the our schedule. Oh yeah, so Phoenix Sky Harbor right off our left here. Yeah, that's right. I'm a car now. I don't have to drive truck speed. So I can keep up with the cars, you know? So there's Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. If you fly out of Phoenix. Well, the trucks are even passing me. What the... I don't know what I'm going. But I'm obviously not going that fast. We're heading down towards Tucson, apparently. And here we are out at night. It's got all the different sites there entering Pinal County. Yeah, I'm going. These people are like, dude, you're driving a Fiat. Drive like you belong there. I'm not even in 6th gear. You can see the moon up ahead there. There we are, motoring down the road. That's pretty cool. I am in 6th gear, right? Whoa, jeez. I thought he wasn't going to make the turn. Holy cow. Woo! I don't know why that was so... Like, all of a sudden it didn't respond all that well. I thought that guy was going to make his turn. And he didn't. Alright, keep the GPS here. I guess the handling, you know, because it is a mod, the handling isn't quite what you'd hope for. So this trip isn't going to take me as long as it would in a truck. Because I'm trying to go a little closer to the speed that these other cars are going. But yeah, it looks like we got a little bit of cloud out here. Looking up at the sky. Usually I can't look up at the sky like that. But I got, you know, the clouds and stars up ahead there. Nice night here in southern Arizona as we head towards Tucson. So what I forgot I was going to say. Oh yeah, so Texas Ramblers. So Pete, I sent you the schedule. Because at this point, when this thing airs, if you're seeing this, we're gonna be having exhibition games pretty darn quick. I thought maybe we'd play like 5-inning exhibition games. And just mostly, I think the point of those exhibition games, we're just gonna put those on Twitch, is gonna be to, you know, it's gonna be mostly three parts. part one is to just get accustomed to Super Mega 4. I'm gonna set my cruise control so I don't have to ride it like that. I think that's a police car off my back there though. Yeah, it is, so I gotta be careful. The second part, to get a little feel for this new team and the players, and kind of everybody's strengths and weaknesses, how they play, how they like to play and stuff. And then the third part, just broadcast quality. Trying to make sure we get all the audio levels right, we get everything looking good, no stutter and all that stuff, so that when we start the regular season, we're at high production quality.
Stay left.
Staying left. Now I gotta take a look. I think that's my fuel gauge down there in the lower left. Okay, it's saying I got 800. So this thing's going in kilometers. It's saying I got 818 kilometers left until I need to fuel up again. So we are just passing through Tucson now. We've been driving into the night here, and we are passing through Tucson, Arizona.
Go straight.
I got family down here. My wife's uncle and aunt and cousin are down in Tucson. Nice place to visit or blow through in the middle of the night at 85 miles an hour. Stay left. Alright, I gotta come off the gas a little here. This turn's kind of a big one.
Stay left.
Now I could resume coming out of here. Let me check something out. 71 miles. Okay, I want to reset this. That's how I could tell the miles per hour. And I'm going to need to spend the night at some point. Okay, that's a good way to do it. So miles per hour, I'm going at a good speed here. I should be like just over the 80 on kilometers, but this is, I was speeding through Tucson. So yeah, we're going to want to do the exhibition. Oh look, you got moonlight on the car. When we're in the dark spots, you can see that. That's pretty darn cool. Yeah, just desert driving through the night. This is beautiful out here. Not a cloud in the sky. What we got there? El Paso's 288 miles. Oops. Some traffic behind us. Little moon on the road. Cochise County. Yeah. So anyway, we got that coming up. So I sent you the schedule. So after those couple exhibition games, which are just about to play, regular season schedule. We start our very first game for the Texas Ramblers. New expansion team, new stadium, at home in the Corral. And in front of the home crowd for the first time. Brand new announcers, me and PJ. And and we're hosting none other than the defending champion San Diego Moonstars. So the very first game in the Corral is your Texas Wranglers facing the San Diego Moonstars, who won the whole thing last season. And oddly enough, in Super Mega 3, the team that they had was by and large mostly unchanged. I mean, they probably had maybe 4 or 5 other players from other teams, but other than that, the core team was basically what it was at the beginning, and that's what Super Mega 4 kind of has them like too. So, most of the players that were there in the championship last season are still there again this year. So that's kind of it, Pete. And we also I was thinking we were going to have a 37 game season, but apparently the computer doesn't want that. It needs an even number. So we rounded up to 38. So we play, what I was going to say before is we play every team, once, at least once. We played teams in the other conference one time each. We play every team in our conference twice, except for the teams in our division. We play 3 times. And because there's
Go
one
straight.
extra game, we actually play one of our division rivals 4 times. And this year, that's the Chicago Crocodiles. So we have a 2-game stretch in Chicago at Wacker Wheel early in the season, I think, and then they come to Dallas to play us 2 games later in the season. So it's the first time we'll have played one team 4 times in the regular season. The other thing is, every team, except for the New York teams, has their own stadium now, with the number of stadiums they have. So the only teams that share a stadium are the New York Wildloads and New York Wild Pigs. It's the only city that has 2 teams. New York, it makes sense. So the Wildloads and the Wild Pigs play in the same building. It's the only possibility for an intra-building final. But with the Wild Pigs and the Wildloads history, it's not very likely that you'll see that happen. I'll check my map out real quick. Just see where we are. All right, see, we're almost out of Arizona. We're going to pass San Simon. If I have to sleep someplace, maybe we make it all the way through to like Las Cruces. All right, when we see the 70, when we see the sign for 70, maybe we stop off here. That sound good to you? And spend the night there. So as we get towards Las Cruces, New Mexico, that's what we'll do. Yeah, so with all those buildings now, even though we play every team, there's actually 6 stadiums that we do not visit this season, unless we face those teams in the playoffs. And off of memory, I'm trying to remember what they were. I don't believe we go to, and this upsets me, I don't think we played Colonial Plaza this year. There's a speed trap right there. You saw that, right? We don't play Colonial Plaza in San Diego. We don't play in... We don't play in Guadalajara at the Parque Fernando. We don't play in Omaha at the Golden Fields. We don't play at Stade Royal. Oh, we got some. Hold on a second. We got some traffic coming up here. Stade Royal. We don't play there.
Go straight.
We must play at Apple Field. Yes, we do play at Apple Field. All right, I'm gonna get back on this. Although maybe we don't. Yeah, you can see being in the car looking up at the trucks. It's kind of funny now, right? And I'm looking, when I look over at another car, whoops, whoa. I just look straight over at it. I'm actually looking up to that SUV. But look at the moon on the mountains here, the low hills. That looks cool. New Mexico. Here we are in New Mexico, people. We already left the state of Arizona. Wipe my tears. Yeah, anywho. What's it say? I think I'm going to resume, but I'm going to end up catching up to this guy. Maybe not. So yeah, oh, we also don't play in, where else don't we play? I don't remember the other ones. But those are definitely ones we don't play in this season. So we're actually not even going to see those stadiums this year. I figured I could bypass that. Ooh, hold on, we got a turn here. Here's over the top. Way station. Yeah, we don't need no way stations in a Fiat Abarth. High wind area. Use caution. Well, that's an interesting. Traffic behind us. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are we? It's hard to steer facing the opposite direction. All right, Las Cruces, 92 miles. That should be just right. We're kind of driving through in the middle of the night here. Let's see what time it is. 1:37 a.m. Yeah, it'll be good for us to get some sleep. We just came out for low traffic this time of night. You know, a good time to get started on the trip. I'm going to put 1,000 miles on this new car. Show up in the Texas. I think it was brand spanking new. But yeah, I wouldn't need much more than a convertible to get from home to the stadium. Gonna buy a plane while I'm out here too. Yeah, so I picked up. So anyways, yeah, to finish off on baseball, it's exciting. Coming up, 38 game season should start like the second or third week of April if Pete's doing all right. Pete's recuperating from some healthy stuff or some sick stuff, not healthy, but hopefully he's healthy soon. So, and then yeah, baseball starting up, and what you go in it. So yeah, I also picked up Aerofly FS4 flight simulator, and I love it. It's not quite the graphical quality. Okay, here's that first truck stop. This is the one I'm stopping at. We're gonna stop up ahead at this next place. So I think it's coming up here pretty soon. Let's get the GPS so we can see it coming up. Anyway, yeah, so I got that. It's not quite the graphical quality of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Flight Simulator's like notably better, but it's really good though. It looks really nice. And I've been flying around it, and it flies really well. It feels like you're really flying the aircraft, as far as I can tell, not being a real pilot, but having been in real planes, it does have that kind of feel to it. So I really like the aircraft selection, and I'm gonna do a lot of flying in it, and you'll get to see. I'm even gonna go from like starting with the top. I'm gonna do lessons and stuff like that, and just really dig into it. So you should see a lot of that on the channel. I don't know what that is back there. That's kind of cool, right? So yeah, it's real exciting. Oh, and it also, because the graphics aren't quite as intensive, I'm allowed to fly in VR, and it works. The VR works really well. I love it. I love it. It looks good. And I flew over Phoenix, because I flew over Phoenix in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I flew over it in this, and the level of detail in the buildings is a little less, but there's tons of them, and it just stuttered a few times in VR. But I'm running it at high def. I'm running VR at ultra video settings, and it just looked right. It was smooth. I'd come in for. Hold on, I think this is our. Is this our exit? No, not here. I want to see signs for. Okay, it's coming up here. Rest area 1 mile. I gotta be careful because I got a truck barreling down. Look at the moon back there. That is cool. And coming in for a landing, it was just so cool. Alright, rest area next right here. Although it looks like there's some police action going on. Look at that.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Alright, he's waving me on. Hey, buddy. Alright, just a fender bender on the off-ramp. It happens, people. It happens. Oh yeah, and this is actually cool because I looked at 3 different car models. There was 2 others, but for some reason I loaded them all in, and this is the only one I picked up, which is fine because I was actually leaning towards this one. And it's got automatic transmission, so I get to use my gear shifter and drive it like a sports car. So I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Look at the moonlight out here. This is, I gotta get out of the car and like walk around. This is just so cool. Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna park up off here behind this guy, or in front, between these two guys, right? Because this is, there we go. Oh, that's a loud thing there. Let's turn my lights off. All right. Let's close this thing out. Oops. There you go. All right, let's see. Gonna step outside my car. All right, outside the car here. Looking around, look at the moon out there. That is so cool. So we're at a oh, it's cool. Even the trucks even stay on. Or that truck did. Whoa, I'm dipping and going. What is this place over here anyway? So you don't actually walk in this game, you kind of float, but this just overlooks like open prairie. This is like a visitor center or something. Restrooms. It's a cool looking little. Yeah, that's me yawning. Place for picnics and stuff. I just want to walk around and see it. It's basically just a rest stop. And I'm going to lay down across the seat. Get a good night's rest. Pick it up in the morning. But look at the moon there. That is so cool. They do such a good job on this. So yeah, someone came on the channel recently. It was kind of amazed at Euro Truck Simulator. He's like, "What's this?" I'm like, "Oh, you should see American Truck Simulator." I'm a big fan of the AM Truck Sim. All right, go back inside. Actually, go outside, just there, and then we're going to sleep. All right, you get up in the morning, and it looks like it could rain. It's kind of overcast and whatnot, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it looks like it could rain any minute. It's really pretty overcast. But let's get going. We got a long way to drive. I have a half a tank of gas. I want to take the next gas station that's on the right if I can. Okay, that's cool. So we'll go here. Once we pass El Paso, there's a massive truck stop here. And we can get fuel there and then head back on the highway. Yeah, because we're already through New Mexico. This won't be too bad of a trip. Let's keep it going. We got a long way to go. I don't know whether I have my lights on or not, so I'm gonna put them on. Given the weather. Oh, I got my yeah. Good in the rear view mirror, nobody there. The next stop is gonna be a hotel. I'll tell you right now. Because that was awful. My back's killing me. You can look at some of the companies they got here in game. These are the default fictional companies. I like them. Charged. Buildmaster's a new one. I haven't seen that one. I haven't pulled for Buildmaster. You guys got a Kenmore or is that a Peterbilt? No, that's a Volvo. Yeah, so being back in the States now, once we get baseball going, when I do trucking, it'll be Crestway Interstate. Oh, they still have the accident here from last night. And yeah, so we'll be driving Crestway. Sorry, I had to look over at my broadcast stuff to make sure I was actually back from the broadcast. Because I had I paused it for a moment there. All right. Wait, let's get. We gotta merge here, so we gotta speed up a little. Motel Boulevard. All right, let's find that speed that we need, right? Is the speed limit 65? We'll go 65. Historic La Masilla. 65. Let's set it right there at 65. We're that guy. We're going exactly the speed limit. Las Cruces discovered. So we didn't quite make it into town. But here we are driving through Las Cruces. Middle of the day. .25 north to Albuquerque. Just driving down the road here. Passing University Avenue. Heading towards the mountains. I want to get over, but that guy's basically going by speed. So we're gonna get fuel. Where did I say we're gonna get fuel? Let's see. Let's get the GPS out ahead of us, because it was past. Past Las Cruces. Las Cruces on our left, back that way. Yeah, and on this game you can see I haven't driven much at all because I have a profile that's just for car mods, which is why I could do this. I wouldn't want to get a car mod on my other one because my drivers would be driving and I'd have to take my corporate cash and use it on cars, and a lot of times these mods will be obsolete when they put through a new version. Right now they're version 1.49 something. I think 1.5 is coming up, and that's going to include the California rebuild. They've done considerable work on California. Here, Texas. Lone Star State, man. We made it. We're here already. Jeez. We said, welcome to Texas. We are Texan now, Pete. I'm all in, man. Got the 10-gallon hat, but before I get that, the first thing I would get as we're driving to El Paso, first thing is the boots. The boots make the man. And I am gonna have me some cowboy boots. I am going to assimilate. Anywho, yeah. So one guy stopped on the channel, which thanks for the new subs. I need one more to get 200. So come on, people, tell your friends, get one more subscriber. I got 200 on the channel, which is insane. I don't know why. I don't know what's the matter with you guys, but he enjoyed the chit chat, and I thought about it, and it's funny because I am basically talking straight through the whole time, and as socially speaking, I am not a real talkative guy. I'm pretty quiet. I usually listen. I let other people do the talking, and I listen. And when I'm with people who are really talkative, I tend to not try and compete. So I just kind of, and it's just my nature. I'm a little bit more passive, and okay, I'll let you talk. Is Oregon Street, Kansas Street. I'm gonna be flying over El Paso. We're going on spring break to Las Vegas. I guess when this goes up on the channel, I'll have come back already, but we will have flown over El Paso on our way out, I think. Uh-oh. Is my car... I think I'm running out of gas. It feels like I'm running out of gas. I've got this where are we here? No, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. All right. We'll be all right. We're to see the gas station is coming up just after we get through El Paso here. So yeah, I don't talk a whole ton. So it's strange for me to be talking constantly, but nobody else is here. So I notice, when I watch other people's channels, some people like the just driving with the silence. I don't. I find it boring, and I find myself listening to or watching other people who are talking, making chit chat with you like you're in the car, and sometimes, if they're funny, it's even better. I try to be funny. I don't know. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm sorry, I'm looking around at my map and stuff too, trying to determine where I get off. I'm going the exact same speed as the guy in front of me. Although I'm going like just a mile an hour faster, it looks like. So, but I'm always thinking. I'm always, philosophizing and debating in my mind and thinking of all the important things and also just funny things, anecdotes. So I train myself to just sort of
Stay left.
stream of thought. Just say what's on your mind to a point. Is this? I do want to get off though.
Reroute.
Yeah, I think this. I want to get off here because this is the truck stop I want to go to fuel up. Haven't had to fuel up since we left Arizona, so this is kind of. What is this coming up on my left? All right, where's the entrance to this place? 316 for unleaded. Wait, I'm going to go to Aaron. Oh yeah, right, I want to go in here. There's a Fusion Mart. We can get some snacks or whatnot. Trucks over this way, cars back this way. But Fusion Travel Plaza, we got that in Phoenix. Where is the fuel up around here? Oh, it's back that way. So I have to fuel up where the trucks fuel up because, oh my gosh, because the game doesn't let me fuel up where the cars are. It's a car mod, but you have to go to the fuel spots that they've chosen. So yeah, anyway, I try and talk. Although I mean, I'm more of a a quality over a quantity type of a talking guy. Don't talk too much because you tend to say dumb things.
Okay,
but
let's find a new route.
here we go. We just gotta get some gas here. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. I always like to check the signs, see what's for sale. They got super juice for $3. That's not bad. Although I don't want to look at myself here. So we'll go right here. Yeah, so I tend to just talk about what I'm thinking of. Hopefully it's not too bad. Here's one thing I want to do. Hold on. Get back in. I don't know when. $217. I bought diesel. 63 gallons. I don't have a trunk. It's just a massive tank. I can appreciate what they are trying there. I should be able to make it to Dallas, only filling up once. You know what I mean? Alright, now I gotta get back on the highway, which means I gotta head out this way. Actually, I gotta head out this way. Well, they want me to go.
Let's find a new route.
Actually, I can go out here, right? Yeah, the car came out this way. I don't know why it wants me to go all the way out to the back there. So after I get used to the flying of this thing and do some of the initial, flights,
Finding new route.
and I'll be doing a lot of, showing a lot of flying from different places that I'm going to in game and whatnot. Ooh, I'm gonna get out ahead of this guy. Watch the pickup on this thing.
Stay right.
I actually spun the tires, I think. But anyway, after I get to doing that, I thought, you know what I want to do? I want to someday, I would love to in real life drive across the country on Route 66 in this country, and I think that'd be so much fun. And I think my wife would be up for that at some point. But it's it's one of those things where it may or may not happen. I hope it will. But, you know, you get busy, sometimes things don't happen, so just in case. Whoa, I got this truck barreling down on me. I gotta get going here. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm not driving quick enough. Sorry. Whoa, 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 whoa. 67. No, I want to go 65. There we go. Sorry. Sorry, it's my Canadian sorry. Anyway, I'm not from Canada. I just like to make fun of Canadians. But anyway, I thought, well, what if I fly along Route 66 virtually? That way, in case I'm not able to do it in real life, I can at least get a glimpse of what the route looks like. You know what I mean? And it may eventually
Stay left.
may eventually be able to do it in this game. You know, if they go all the way to Illinois in this, eventually you'll probably be able to do it in Truck Simulator. Go from, you know, Chicago down to LA. Should be roughly following Route 66, I think, if you just plugged it into your GPS. But hold on. Flavor Fair. I'm not familiar with that company. Still don't know if it's going to rain or not. It'll be funny if it does. In my convertible. Ooh. But yeah, so I mean that would be neat. And I would do that in this game too. But in case I can't, I thought, well, it'd be easier to fly it. So my plan is to fly from Chicago to LA, following the Route 66 routes. You know, landing at airports along the way. You know, Kingman and stuff like that. So that'll be my Route 66 flying tour. That'll be fun when it eventually happens. But I've already planned out the route, so I really would like to, you know, make it happen. Golf Course Drive. I forgot we're in Texas. We are in the Lone Star State, babies. This is home now. We're near San Antoine. Yeah, and I'm gonna buy for Truck Sim. I'm gonna buy a. I think I'm gonna have 2 garages. Eventually, I'll have 2 garages in Texas because it's such a large state. And I think the one I want to buy in North Central Texas would be for Abilene. And then I would, you know, live in Fort Worth and call games in Dallas for the Ramblers. And I may do some virtual flying in the area, just to get a feel for the area. Just for the immersion and the fun of it. So why not? I do fantasize about moving out of my state. So it's neat to think of places you would go. I always liked Arizona. I like, oh, the speed limit's 80. That's why everybody's going around me so fast. But I'm on a pleasure cruise. Essentially, this trip ain't gonna last all that long, and this 1,000 miles is gonna go relatively quick. In my brand new car, convertible. I mean, look at this thing, right? I got the red piping in the interior. I can't look away too long, otherwise I'll end up in the other lane. I'm passing Van Horn, Texas right now. You're gonna see more pickup trucks out here. Yeah, that could be weather up ahead. But yeah, this is West Texas here, y'all. You know, when the home store truck passes you up, you're just going way too slow. Just looking out the window. What I'm actually doing is looking off to the right of my screen and just trying to keep centered on the lane. So watching back, or for you, you can just look off in the distance and just see the rolling hills of Texas. And this is my first introduction to this. Hey, it's our new sportscaster guy, and he drives like an old lady. I can turn my lights off now, that's for sure. I could have put some music. I could have put my music on the radio, the music that I wrote. Although I'm not sure you would like it. I did that once on one of mine for American Truck Sim. I played some of the music that I composed. It's about as you'd expect. I also did one where I did my favorite all-time road trip. I was going to do a series of that, but and I don't know which episode it is. I was driving somewhere and I put the playlist in the description. And I just had some of the How about that, right? Almost took a wrong turn, almost got in an accident too. Just take a look at this real quick. Alright, we're good for this. So we think we get there at Tuesday, 1:41 a.m. That's Monday, 6:26 p.m. We may end up having to sleep just one more time. It's 1,000 miles. I didn't see what it was to Abilene. Especially at the speed I'm going. Alright, I'll give it 5 more miles an hour. I press accelerate on my cruise control and it gives me 5 more miles an hour. So now I'm going 70 miles an hour, at least. And that's a reasonable speed to be going anyway. Now I'm not getting passed, like, constantly. But yeah, they do such a great job on this game. This is just incredible. And look at that off in the distance. Carlsbad, Fort Stockton. Little dirt road off the side. Gives you a better idea of how fast we're going to scale. 70 miles an hour. Pecos. Here we are in Pecos, Texas. Pete and I drove through Pecos on a convoy once. Got some good pictures. It's pretty cool. Actually, the sun's going down now, so I gotta turn my lights on again. Oh, I'm slowing down. They're waving me on. Alright, there we go now. Resume. Wait, I want to switch gears. Back in the... Got a flash sale over at Eddie's. Eddie's is my favorite store that doesn't really exist. It's my favorite fictional store. They always have sales at Eddie's. It's where you go. It's like a Walgreens kind of like a Walgreens but better. I've delivered to Eddie's. So anyway, yeah, this will be a cool state to be part of online for the next I don't know how many seasons. Yeah, so I had to go through in our game because when we ended our last season of baseball, we had players all over, and I had to sort of make it up and correct their ages and stuff so that they age the same way. It took a little bit of time, but came up with a new intro for the channel. It'll be good. I think it'll be a good season. Hey, oil rigs. Now you know we're here. Drill baby. And then, so then I also have the F1 manager. I don't know how fun that is to watch or not. I mean, I got some likes on it so far, but I love it. I just love it. And if you wonder, because I just saw the first one come up today. Actually, when this comes out, you'll have seen the first 2. You'll have seen Bahrain and Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. But as I'm watching back, I'm thinking, I could see people being like, what are you actually doing during this? It doesn't seem like you're doing anything. And it's true, for the most part, I am spectating. But I'm managing the team, and what you don't see is the in-between races portion of the game, which I broadcast to my Twitch channel. If you're interested, it's Tommy Naperville on Twitch. And there, right after a race, you got a couple weeks of just, hammering things out. Like between races 2 and 3, I realized we were getting some wear on one of our engines, and we dropped a new one in there. We did some work crafting a new part for, I think, one of our front winglets or something like that. We put a new flooring in one of our cars. We scouted some drivers for potential future use. Oh, here, coming through Odessa. I used to play games online with a guy who was from Odessa. Anyway, I wonder how he's doing. But I lose my train of thought real quick, like. But look at the surroundings. Look at this. Look at the sky. Odessa's a nice looking place. But anyway, yeah. So in between races, I do a lot of that. There's a lot of prep stuff. We send the guys into the what's it called, simulator. They'll get some points before a race to use some perks and whatnot if they do well enough. There's a lot of, that's where all the management happens between the races. And then prior to racing, the race weekend, there's a practice runs. I do those. I do one of the 3 manually. I simulate the other 2, and then I do the time trials, and that's trying to get them on the track at the right time, get the right tires, get the in practice is when you're supposed to get the car configured to, so you got to tweak a whole bunch of stuff to get the cars in race condition and get them to where the driver feels like, yeah, this feels good. So there's a lot of work that happens between races, and that's kind of what goes on the Twitch channel. And then I just broadcast race day. So essentially you're just watching the race on race day along with me, and I'm making comments. I may make comments about what's happened between the races, some of the things we worked on, some of the things I learned about who's where in the standings, what the other teams are doing, and so forth. But mostly I'm just commenting on what I'm seeing. You don't race them. I'm the manager in that. So we hire the drivers. The drivers are of a certain skill set. They're better at some things, worse at others, and you put them in the right car, and you can have, a less talented driver beat a more talented driver if you get everything right between races, So it's a lot of, seeing, hey, did all this stuff we did between races, did it all work? So it's exciting for me. It's probably more exciting for me like that. And then there's the one thing I am, right on is the, what's it called? Excuse me, my throat. The tire strategy, pit strategy. So we'll bring them in and change tires. And we're usually changing different tire types. The soft ones are the fastest ones, but they also wear the quickest. And the mediums are in the middle, and the hard ones the opposite. They're harder. They're not quite as fast, but they'll be on for a long time. And as they wear down, obviously as they get towards the end of their wear, they get a little better. But it's sort of a you're sort of mix and match and that stuff, trying to figure, okay, what's a good strategy for when our drivers come into pit. So that's sort of the overarching what I'm doing during the Big Spring, Texas. Oops. Can't stay in my lane. I won't stay in my lane. This is Texas. I can go wherever I want, baby. Abilene. 90 miles to Abilene. I didn't see what it was at Fort Worth, but okay, we're going to pass through Abilene. What are we doing for sleep? We're going to make the rest of this trip here without stopping to rest again. What a beautiful sunset. Again, going into our second night here. It's gorgeous. Yeah, so during the race, it's mostly me thinking, okay, when are they coming in for pits, stuff like that, and then commenting on where they are. But I love it. And if you like F1, hopefully you find it interesting. I mean, if you don't, obviously you don't tune in for it. It's not for everybody. I can recognize that. At least it's not. I think it's a little bit more interesting than, say, like NASCAR. Not to, hey, look at me. Not that I don't like NASCAR, or I don't respect it. I do. It's just that the track's a little bit more varied. You know, NASCAR does a loop. Formula One goes all over the place. And there's 22 races during the season, so we got a full moon out there. Yeah, the third race is in Melbourne, Australia. The fourth race is back in Italy. And then you got Monaco, stuff like that. And then for 2023, next season, we get Stink Creek. Look at that. Vegas, on the Vegas Strip. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm right next to this. I don't know if it's a fuel truck or a milk truck. I don't know. But I am in line with everybody here. I got a truck coming up. He's going to have to wait. Oh, that's a fuel truck. That is not milk, because milk doesn't have a skull and crossbones on it. Oh, that guy's on a frontage road. I thought he was... Look at the moon and everything, man. That is just awesome. Look at it, man. You just look at it. We should be coming close around Abilene now, right? Yeah, we're flying out. As I record this, we're flying out for spring break tomorrow. Yeah, when you see this up on the channel, we'll already be back, but we're pretty excited. It's a late night flight, though. We're flying out of Midway. It's a 10:30 flight. We're flying with kids, teenage kids. So it's not like they got an early bedtime or anything like that, but we're going to land in Vegas at midnight their time, which will be 2 a.m. our time. All right, Abilene discovered. Old West town of Abilene. I can't remember, was Wild Bill part of Abilene? There's a garage. All right, there's a garage if you're in Abilene. So I'm looking at buying that garage there, actually. That would be that'd be my North Central Texas hub. This is Western Abilene. I guess it's just west of the town.
Stay left.
Interesting. I can't tell if I'm going to be going around these guys or not. What do we got? Anson, Bellington, Fort Worth in the left lane. Yeah, so that's what that is. I also have boxing. I'd like to get a boxing career going with a boxer.
Stay left.
For Undisputed. Just too much to do, people. And then the flying. I got a ton of games, but I tend to want to play like 5 of them.
Stay left.
So I should learn. Oh, now is that a garage? No, it's not. It's somebody's garage, but it's not a purchasable garage. One of the donut restaurants there. Look at the moon over Texas, babies. Boy, the stars at night, they're big and bright deep in the heart of Texas. Probably back in the day, you know, Dallas was on TV when we were kids, and they did a reboot of Dallas, and that's like a guilty pleasure. Like, if you ask me what's one show that you're like reluctant to tell people you like, is the Dallas reboot. I liked it. Me and my wife had fun. It wasn't like really great drama or anything like that. It was a lot like the original one. It was a little hokey, but it was good acting, and they had a fair enough script, and I liked it. I was upset when they didn't pick it back up. And then other shows in Texas, we watch Young Sheldon. I really like that show. That's a good it's a good family show. Um, it's one of those rare things where you like everyone. You know, there's so many shows where you like a character or a couple characters, and then there's others you just can't stand, and you're like excited for them to leave the scene. There's really none of that in this show, and you got a lot of child actors, and that's just a you never know what you're gonna get there either. But they're all pretty good. So we watch that. It's pretty fun. One of the family shows we watch together. We also watch a lot of anime. I don't know if anybody's like, oh my gosh, about that, but there's actually some good anime scripts. There's they don't suffer from some of the creative constraints that you have here in the States. In Japan, there's some things they do that can be annoying. Some of the female voices are a bit much, but for the most part, the writing's pretty, pretty good and funny. There's some that are better than others. The kids watch. It's like they're not stuff that my wife and I would have watched without kids. It's just one of those things where, when you're a parent, you have kids. What you watch grows into, massive. There's a massive amount of stuff that you wouldn't watch if you were single. Like you wouldn't see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs unless you had kids, And that's actually a pretty good movie as well. But anyway, now I'm starting to get thirsty because I'm talking too much, and I have to get to bed. It's like midnight here. Whoa, midnight, real time, real life. I have to get up at 6 to see my son out to school. I may get another hour, possibly another hour after that, but probably not. And then we got this flight tomorrow night at 10:30. So, and I don't sleep on planes. I love flying, I love aviation, and I love vacation. So I'm just too excited. I'm gonna take a drink of water. I forgot we had panini for dinner. Pastrami. That'll keep you thirsty. I am gonna need to sleep. Oh! I don't have a horn. I was pressing my button, but I don't have my horn set up in this thing. Okay, I wasn't ready for that now, was I? So 66 miles, an hour and 9 minutes. I think I'm going to pull up to the function. No, I'm going to pull up about the time I'm yawning and not able to stay awake anymore. See the moonlight on the pavement? That is so cool. Man, these guys are good at what they do. There's not a whole lot of games I'm like a fanboy for. But this game, I just love this. Especially if you like driving. Downtown Fort Worth, 1 mile. I am stopping in Fort Worth, so...
Stay right, and then turn right.
Alright. Alright, here's our exit.
Turn right.
Fort Worth, Texas, people. Wait, I'm Fort Worth that way, but I'm going Fort Worth this way. Speed limit 70, oh my. Alright, I can see these trucks in the rearview mirror getting closer. I'm no longer on my cruise control. I'm like southern Fort Worth here. Sort of by Alito. I got a buddy lives out here in real life. Fort Worth, city limit. Been to Fort Worth one time. Went out at night, had a good dinner. Got some cocktails. This was years ago. I think I told this story. I was flying down to see this friend with some other friends, and before I'm at the airport, and I buy a book called A Dawn Like Thunder. It's about Torpedo Squadron 8. Stop me if I've heard this one before, but I'm going to keep going anyway.
Stay left.
Stay left, okay. And read like the first chapter on the plane, loved it. Got to his house, was going to read some more. Realized I left it on the plane. Brand new book in the back of the seat holder. You know, the pouch behind the seat. Oh my gosh. But I liked the book enough. I came home, it was $12 when I bought it. I spent another $12. Got another copy, read it through. I'd recommend it, A Dawn Like Thunder, if you like World War II history and Torpedo Squadron 8. Battle Midway, the Guadalcanal campaign, stuff like that. I had another book story. I was telling my friend Matt when I went out to visit him in Santa Barbara. We went flying. You can see that again. We'll put that up on the channel. We actually went up in a real 172. He's a private pilot. I shipped him a book once on dog fighting and dive bombing in the Pacific. I think that's what it was called. We were doing a lot of IL-2.
Stay left, and then turn left.
And he never really commented on it. I'm like, hey, what do you think of the book? He's like, what book?
Turn
what are you
left.
talking about? So I said, well, your address is such and such or whatever in Studio City, right? He's like, no, I live in wherever he lived in at the time. He was somewhere else. He had moved like years prior, and I didn't even have updated records.
Stay right, then turn right.
Yeah, I'm going in here. Hold on. This is my jam. Oh, they got a Donut Planet. Perfect.
Turn right.
All right, I'm gonna fuel up here and spend the night, and then I'll have to look around town for a home. No, I guess we would have sent the truck ahead, so we already have a home. I just gotta drive there. But I'm gonna spend the night here and get a Donut Planet. 2 nights in the. I'm going through this way. It's just the way it's gonna be. Better get used to it. Yeah, because I need fuel. Look at that, though. 2 tanks of gas to get you from Phoenix, Arizona to Fort Worth, Texas. And the Abarth. Yeah, I forgot where I got this. Maybe if I remember, I'll put the link in the description for where I got this mod. I do kind of like, driving around in it. Because sometimes when you're driving the game and you're working, you're going from place to place, and you're trying to make sure you get the load on time. This sort of thing lets you just lets you just wander around and really check out the scenery. Now, where else can you sleep here? I guess it's all back here. I would have to go somewhere in with all these trucks. And there's literally one spot. Is that right? Somebody left their trailer in that one. There goes 2 spots. That's nice. Yeah, in case you got a buddy here, if you're doing this multiplayer and you're doing a convoy, you'd both be able to park here. Maybe I'll make it through, go all the way through to Fort Worth. See, I don't know what the. Oops, turn my lights off. Let me just check my map real quick. Fort Worth, the downtown Fort Worth area. That's where it's. Yeah, we're in Dallas. We're in Dallas, folks. So this is gonna be where this is where the baseball season is gonna happen. Stay on the channel for that. Appreciate you making the trip with me from Phoenix out to Fort Worth. And yeah, stick around the channel for F1 Manager and for Super Mega 4. We should start up, I think, the middle of April. Hope to see you then. Hope you like the other stuff. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye now.